Israeli firm Blackcore suspected of meddling in New York and Scotland votes, France says. Vignium flags, Viginium, I guess is how you say it, flags allege Blackcore operations in Angola, Togo, New York, and Scotland. French Prime Minister says France asked Israel to help identifying who commissioned Blackcore. Blackcore described itself as an influence and cyber firm, but has not responded to requests for comment. Of course not. Israeli firm Blackcore, suspected of interfering in France's local elections in March, is also suspected of meddling in elections in New York City and Scotland, and operating in Angola and Togo. France's disinfo detection service, Viginium, said on Thursday. Last month, Reuters reported that French authorities suspected Blackcore was behind an online smear campaign targeting 3 mayoral candidates for the hard-left, pro-Palestine France Unbowed Party, LFI, in the local elections. At a press conference on Thursday alongside French Prime Minister Sébastien Lecornu, Viginium chief Marc-Antoine Brilliant said technical work had led the service to Blackcore. Viginium subsequently presented a detailed report on Blackore's alleged actions across the world. This modus operandi was not limited to municipal elections. It also appears to have been used to carry out foreign digital interference operations in other countries or regions such as Angola, Togo, the elections in Scotland, and the 2025 municipal election in New York. However, he added, it was still unclear who had commissioned Blackcore to meddle in France. Our investigations did not make it possible to identify the sponsor or sponsors, if indeed they exist behind this foreign digital interference. Lecornu said that the French government had asked Israel for explanations of Blackcore's actions and also for help in trying to find out who may have been behind the smear campaign. I do not doubt for a single instant that if a French private group from French soil, moreover, had engaged in foreign digital interference in Israel, they would have done the same to its ambassador on site. Israel's embassy in Paris confirmed that France had reached out, saying it was waiting to receive details from the French probe to conduct its own. Israel has, of course, no intention to interfere in the French political process, be it at the national or municipal level. Is that it? No. Brilliant did not explicitly mention who was targeted in last year's New York City election, which was won by Zoran Mamdani. His victory thrilled many young Jewish progressives, but spooked more traditional pro-Israel New Yorkers with his outspoken support for the Palestinian cause. Mamdani's team did not immediately respond for requests for comment, neither did New York City and New York State officials. Probably not, because there's probably many layers to this. The NYPD and the U.S. Cyber Defense Agency, CISA, did not immediately return comments either. In a subsequent report, Viginium said that the detected Blackcore-linked accounts targeting John Swinney, the First Minister of Scotland. Swinney has described the situation in Gaza as a man-made humanitarian catastrophe, saying a genocide may be unfolding, citing civilian casualties, widespread destruction, and statements by Israeli officials. These reports of bad actors attempting to interfere in the Scottish Parliament elections are deeply concerning. We agree. He called on the British government, which has responsibility for national security, to make dealing with hostile online interference a far higher priority. Ross Colquhoun, the SNP's head of digital, told Reuters that during the May elections, the party's social media platforms were subject to an unprecedented level of negative reactions and comments from accounts which appeared to be AI-generated bots. Israel is known for that. An email seeking comment from Scottish election officials was not immediately returned. The government of Angola and Togo also did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Before scrubbing its online presence following inquiries from Reuters, Blackcore described itself as an elite influence cyber and technology company built for the modern era of information warfare. I don't know what 6 out of 10 means. It said it provided governments and political campaigns with cutting-edge strategies, advancement tools, and robust security to shape narratives. It has not responded to repeated requests for comment. Oh, okay. Well, thanks, I guess. So here is the French clip. Watch the subtitles.
On en vient à l'œil du 20h. On vous a beaucoup parlé des tentatives d'ingérence russe dans les campagnes électorales, ici en France ou en Allemagne. Mais les Russes ne sont peut-être pas les seuls. Le parquet de Paris a ouvert une enquête pour faire la lumière sur une éventuelle ingérence d'une entreprise israélienne qui aurait visé plusieurs candidats insoumis aux dernières municipales. De quoi parle-t-on? Julien Cholin, Arnaud Miguet, Valentin Stocker et Chloé Duval ont enquêté.
Une femme voilée appelant à voter LFI quelques heures avant le scrutin.
Now, as you can see, as these ads will show, the whole idea, at least from my perspective, is that this is basically supposed to be an anti-Muslim smear campaign. That's what this would appear to be on the surface. So I'm guessing that what they were doing was flooding the zone, as the saying goes, with a lot of anti-Muslim ads directed at the supposed support for them by these pro-Palestinian candidates. That's what, on the surface, it looks like.
Quelques heures avant le scrutin, un blog accusant Sébastien Delogu d'agression sexuelle. Des messages compromettants attribués à David Guiraud à Roubaix. 3 candidats LFI aux élections municipales ciblent de fausses informations propagées sur Internet. Derrière certaines d'entre elles, la piste d'une ingérence étrangère. L'enquête des services français mène en Israël et dévoile un nouveau mode opératoire pour tenter de manipuler des élections en France. Début mars à Marseille, alors que le visage de Sébastien Delogu s'affiche sur les murs de la ville, des QR codes font aussi leur apparition. Ils renvoient au blog d'une certaine Sophie, présentée comme victime sexuelle du candidat insoumis.
Il ne demandait pas, il ne négociait pas, il prenait,
écrit-elle. De fausses informations selon les services français, qui alertent aussi David Guiraud à Roubaix. Des captures d'écran attribuées aux candidats sont apparues sur Internet, comme celle-ci, où il semble commander une quantité de drogue. Une tentative de salir sa réputation, estiment les agents français. Dès le mois de mars, les services sont formels. Des ingérences numériques étrangères sont en cours à Marseille, Toulouse et Roubaix. Une campagne malveillante, écrivent-ils, cherchant à altérer l'information des citoyens. 3 candidats identifiés comme des défenseurs de la cause palestinienne. Très vite, les enquêteurs remontent jusqu'à une entreprise spécialisée dans ce genre d'opération.
Donc une société privée basée en Israël et qui est spécialisée dans la vente de prestations, d'opérations de déstabilisation. Ce prestataire, il a mis en place un réseau de plusieurs noms de domaine et de comptes sur les réseaux sociaux. Et il a visé à en particulier cibler le parti LFI ainsi que plusieurs de ses candidats.
Alors, que sait-on de cette entreprise? Les enquêteurs identifient d'abord une entité nommée Blackcore, conçue pour l'ère moderne de la guerre de l'information, précise son site internet. Elle se vante de disposer de 1600 faux comptes sur Facebook, TikTok ou Instagram pour mener à bien ses opérations de déstabilisation.
So as you can see, one of the primary drivers to the relationship between the US and Israel is espionage, counterterrorism, counterintelligence, and when it comes to things like social media, creating thousands of bot accounts to attack anyone who is either in support of the Palestinian cause or an anti-Israel cause. And when you have billions upon billions of dollars that you can devote to this cause, there's a hell of a lot of people with their hands out that are going to be willing to take the money and get paid. And so this story doesn't surprise me in the least. So when we think about what real election interference looks like, here it is in real time.
Comme l'ont révélé nos confrères de Libération et du journal israélien Haaretz, Blackcore utilisait les ressources de 2 autres sociétés israéliennes, SNI et Galacticos. Nous avons tenté de rencontrer le représentant légal de l'une d'entre elles, à son siège social de Tel Aviv. Sur place, aucune trace de l'entreprise. L'adresse est celle d'un cabinet d'avocats.
Celui que vous cherchez n'est pas là. Il est parti en vacances.
Mais Galacticos, c'est bien ici?
Oui, mais moi, je ne peux pas vous répondre là, maintenant, ou faire une interview.
Contacté, l'homme n'a pas donné suite, mais il a publiquement nié avoir été informé de l'opération. Pour ce journaliste israélien qui a enquêté sur l'affaire, difficile d'identifier les véritables commanditaires. Est-ce que le gouvernement israélien pourrait être à l'origine de cette campagne?
C'est très compliqué de répondre à cette question parce que Israël a déjà été pris en flagrant délit de désinformation, mais jamais en période électorale. Et puis oui, ces entreprises, elles sont remplies de gens qui ont eu une expérience dans l'armée israélienne ou les services de renseignement. Mais ça ne signifie pas pour autant qu'ils travaillent pour le gouvernement.
Même si les autorités françaises estiment que l'opération n'a eu qu'un faible impact sur le scrutin, une enquête judiciaire a bien été ouverte et un rapport des services devrait être publié dans les prochains jours. Rapport très attendu par LFI, qui espère s'en servir pour faire annuler l'élection à Toulouse.
We'll see if they have any success with overturning any of those elections. But again, this should not come again as any surprise to anybody. So when we constantly hear the Russians interfered in an election or who knows what, the Israelis, this is what they do. We do it too, for sure. But you're going to see a lot more of this. They are going to empty the entire chamber and then some to protect what they have fortified in terms of their positions for as long as they have. Counterintelligence, espionage. This is the name of the game. And it will get worse because their ideology is on borrowed time. So kudos to France for calling this out. Are we prepared to do the same here in the States? Are we prepared to dig in a little deeper? It's obvious that they attempted to do what they did against Zoran. Who knows how many others are out there that have experienced a similar fate, that have experienced legitimate election interference, and nothing's being done about it. It happened to Butch Ware in California. Who knows to how many other people it's going to happen to? But as we've said, things will get worse before they get better. So speak up now before it's too late.